Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down a truly monumental update from Anthropic. We are looking at a paradigm shift that literally transforms AI from a solo desktop application into a fully fledged collaborative team member. We're going to deeply explain exactly how this changes the modern American corporate workflow. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll meet Claude Tag, compare solo versus multiplayer AI, unpack the 4 core behaviors, dive into security and billing, weigh the real pros and cons, and finally, explore the future of teamwork. Section 1. Meet Claude Tag in Slack. So, Anthropic just launched this system in beta for their enterprise and team customers, and it's a fundamental shift in how we get things done. It is no longer just a bot isolated in some separate tab. Now you just type @Claude right inside your Slack channel, and boom, you summon a shared AI agent. It instantly breaks your tasks down into actionable steps, executes them using the tools and data it has access to, and posts the results right back into the thread. The best part? Absolutely anyone on your team can see the work and pick up the baton. Section 2. Solo versus multiplayer AI. To really understand why this is such a big deal, especially for project managers and engineering leads, we need to compare it to what we had before. Think about the previous iteration Claude Code. It was like having a brilliant employee, but they were locked away in a private office. You ran it in your terminal, and you were the only one benefiting from it. Claude Tag, on the other hand, is like that exact same brilliant colleague standing right at the whiteboard with your entire team. A single Claude instance lives inside the Slack channel, maintaining the full thread of context as different team members jump in and out of the conversation. Section 3. The 4 core behaviors. Claude Tag ships with 4 specific core behaviors. We've got multiplayer access, contextual memory, ambient proactivity, and asynchronous task handling. We're going to meticulously unpack each one of these to truly grasp its power in a live workspace. First up is multiplayer access. This means there is exactly 1 Claude per channel shared by everyone in it. The days of each person running their own isolated, disconnected AI session are totally over. Let's say a colleague delegates a complex task to Claude and then steps away for a lunch meeting. You can seamlessly jump into that exact same thread, see exactly what Claude just did, and continue to work from right where they left off. Next is contextual memory. Claude is actually building knowledge of your project history, your organizational data, and your team's specific working patterns over time. You don't have to repeat yourself or constantly re-upload background briefs every time you open a new conversation. Claude already knows the background from the channels it's added to. It can even learn from other Slack channels and data sources if you grant it permission. But don't worry, it strictly ignores reporting from private channels unless it is explicitly permitted. Then we have ambient proactivity, and honestly, this one is wild. When enabled, Claude proactively flags relevant updates, surfaces insights, and follows up on unresolved threads entirely unprompted. It monitors the channel just like a highly dedicated human project manager, nudging you when something needs your attention without you ever having to ask for an update. Finally, asynchronous task handling. You can assign a massive task to Claude and then completely pivot your focus to other priorities. It pursues projects autonomously over hours or even days. This means your team can spend their time delegating to multiple Claudes in parallel. You are essentially cloning your team's output capacity and drastically speeding up your overall delivery timelines. Section 4. Security, access, and billing. Now, for any system administrators tuning in who manage strict corporate budgets and enterprise-grade security, the back-end control here is absolutely vital. Admins have total authority. You specify exactly which tools and information Claude can access on a strict per-channel basis. It's almost like creating separate, compartmentalized Claude identities for different departments. Everything stays scoped to those defined channels, backed by full audit logs and monthly token spend limits. Plus, Claude acts through a dedicated service account, which keeps individual user permissions flawlessly clean and fully auditable. Billing logistics are always a huge question for any major enterprise rollout, but the split here is incredibly intuitive. Any work Claude does in a shared channel is billed directly to the corporate organization. But if an employee is having direct private messages with Claude in Slack, that usage is automatically billed to the individual user's own Claude account. Simple and clean. Section 5. The real pros and cons. To give you an honest, completely impartial picture, let's start with where this tool thrives. Claude Tag is currently unmatched when work is ongoing, highly collaborative, and shared across a whole team. It truly shines for engineering teams triaging complex bugs, support teams chasing down intricate customer tickets, or product teams pulling performance metrics. That persistent memory keeps everyone perfectly aligned without skipping a beat. On the flip side, we have to look at the current limitations. Individual users on a basic plan simply cannot access this right now. It's restricted to enterprise and team plan customers, and it's completely locked into the Slack ecosystem. Furthermore, it relies on Opus 4.8, which is Anthropic's most capable, but also by far their most expensive model. So costs can definitely add up. Section 6. The future of teamwork. To really understand the real-world impact of this paradigm shift, let's look at the ultimate proof of efficacy straight from the creators themselves. Check out this number: 65%. A staggering 65% of Anthropic's own product team's code is now generated by their internal version of Claude Tag. And the adoption isn't stopping there. That same pattern is rapidly spreading beyond just their engineering folks. It's moving right into product metrics, debug analysis, and frontline support tickets. This isn't just some flashy marketing number meant to sell software. Anthropic built this tool because they actually rely on it themselves across multiple internal departments every single day. For the IT admins watching, mark your calendars with this critical timeline. The existing Claude and Slack app will be officially retired on August 3rd, 2026. You have a 30-day window to migrate your systems over, and Anthropic is currently issuing introductory launch credits to eligible enterprise and team organizations to help smooth out that exact transition. Which leaves us with this final massive question. When your AI seamlessly transforms into a full-time collaborative colleague in your workspace, what does that make you? A manager? An editor? A visionary? Think about it. If this explainer deeply changed how you view the future of AI teamwork, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more highly realistic, cinematic breakdowns of the technologies shaping our world.